Yoba yo yo alla. Yoba yo yo alla. Yoba yo yo alla. Yoba yo alla ho.
Hello, everyone. Happy August 1st, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I welcome you in the name of the Embassy of Switzerland in Ottawa and the Consulate General in Vancouver to today's Yodeling Masterclass. We're very happy to see that so many people were eager to join today and to sit in front of the computer, unfortunately, but we are happy to celebrate with you today. My name is Stefanie Wunderlin. I'm with the Consulate in Vancouver, and I would like to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen in the next hour, an hour and a half. So we will start with a presentation by singer Sonja Morgenegg. She will lead us into the world of yodel. She will talk about the history of yodeling in Switzerland, as well as the different yodeling traditions that exist. Then, of course, we will also sing together. We will practice a yodel. We will be taught a yodel and work on our skills. And then the last part of today's event will be a discussion round. You can ask your questions to Sonja Morgenegg, whatever you need to know from her. As you know, this is a virtual event. We're meeting through the internet, and people are spread out all over Canada, which is nice to see that everybody's joining from the west to the east coast. Of course, that also brings some challenges. It's the internet, there's going to be some delays. So that's why we ask you to keep your microphones muted. Otherwise, we cannot hear Sonja Morgenegg and Mirjam sing. So we would really ask you to keep the microphones off. Of course, please sing passionately, make sure the neighbors hear you, but just to make sure everybody can follow, turn off the microphones. And then I would also like to take this opportunity to introduce the team around today's event. We are very happy to welcome Ambassador Salome Meyer, who will also welcome you personally in just a moment. Also, Consul General in Vancouver, Andreas Rufer, is with us today, and he will be kind enough to close today's event, so make sure that you stay until the very end. And then in the background is also my colleague Max Kallenbach in Ottawa. He will support us in the background and in the chat, so that is where you will meet him. And with this, I am very happy to welcome Ambassador Salome Meyer, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Stefanie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to Switzerland. Welcome and a very happy 1st of August. The 1st of August is always an occasion to come together, to celebrate our country and our heritage. And this year, we have to come together virtually, but because it is virtual, we can connect much wider and much further. And to transcend distance and boundaries, there is no better language than music. And this is maybe particularly true for the art of yodeling. And I'm extremely happy to welcome Sonja Morgenegg and her fellow yodeler, Mirjam Bachofner, to offer us a yodeling masterclass today. Sonja Morgenegg is a Swiss singer, composer, improviser, and voice teacher. And she has performed on several stages nationally and internationally, particularly, of course, in Switzerland or in Germany. She studied at the School of Jazz in Switzerland and has experience in a variety of different music styles. She sings, she improvises, she composes, and she is a voice coach at her own Swiss yodel school. Since her childhood on a little farm, she is yodeling in her own style. And in her 20s, she started to learn traditional yodel from different teachers in Switzerland. And in the last few years, she focused her studies on the natural yodel style, the Murtertaler, but also Nordic yoik and Georgian yodeling. Sonja, Mirjam, the stage is yours.
Okay. Im Sommer ga ich hüten, aufs Bergli dort oben in die Flühe. Ich treibe die Kuhli vom Lager auf die Weid und jutze dazu voll Freud. Ich treibe die Kuhli vom Lager auf die Weid und jutze dazu voll Freud. Jodela, der sagt mir manchmal, gell Hansli, du gehst nicht in die Flühe. Und steh ich dort oben und schwenke den Hut, dann gefällt's uns gleich gut. Und steh ich dort oben und schwenke den Hut, dann gefällt's uns gleich gut. Jodela, sitzt auf am Hüttenbänkli, wenn's Abend wird über der Weid. Denn weiss ich, was hat die so besonderbar freut, wir singen das Liedli halb zweit. Denn weiss ich, was hat die so besonderbar freut, wir singen das Liedli halb zweit. Jodela, So, grüezi miteinander. Hello together. It's a great joy and fun for me and for us to give you a little crash yodel workshop and to see so many Swiss people. And it's even more fun when I see your faces. So I have really the feeling to have an audience or people there. And then I can see if you have fun too or something like this. So thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for this introduction from Madame Ambassador. This is very, you told a lot about me, so that's good. Then I can do the yodeling part. Yeah, I'm coming directly from my summer holidays, so maybe I'm not so in the English, but it will come back to my brain to speak more English. And even then, I can speak a little Swiss German if I don't know the words. Yeah, I'm sitting here with Mirjam. She's one of my, she didn't want to say that, but she's one of my best yodel students. So I invited her to be with me tonight, and I'm very happy to not be alone and to have a second voice, because yodeling is something very social. Yeah, I do also solo yodeling, but the main thing is just to stand together in a circle and yodel together. This is very a social thing, and so I'm always happy when I meet other yodel singers and we can do a Jutz or a Zäuerli or a Ruckoseli together, and it's just fun to do that. Yeah, I'm sitting here also in the east part of Switzerland, in Canton Thurgau. It's about half an hour from Lake Constance, Bodensee. I can see behind me there is the Sentis. This is a mountain from Appenzell, from Toggenburg, Alpstein nennt sich das. So that maybe you know where it is. Yeah, I grew up here as well. I grew up on a farm, and that was already told. Yeah, but the main thing is I grew up on this farm, and my father was always listening to yodel music in the barn. And I once asked him, why are you all day long playing yodel music, yodel Swiss folk music to the cows? And he said, they give more milk because they are happy. And I didn't understand what he meant, but today I know yodeling makes really happy. And that's what I observe since I do yodel workshops. After a workshop, people are smiling, even me, everyone is happy. So really the brain gives a lot of, have a lot of informations and hormones that makes you happy. And so that's the best thing that we can do right now in sitting at home, or even not anymore. But yeah, you know what I mean. Just stay happy and yodel. We have in Switzerland, I always meet people, and then when I say I'm a yodeler, they always have one picture. They think I wear a dress, a costume, and I only can yodel when I wear this costume. And that's the main picture. So maybe you raise your hand if you have this picture too when you hear yodeling. Just for me to know. Yeah. So I made you a favor. I wear a part of a costume, but it's not it's just a fabric, just a fabric. It's a traditional fabric, but I don't wear the costume. I have one, but for my type of yodel singer, it's better to wear this because I will show you something. There are different kind of yodelers in Switzerland, and also in the whole world. Yodeling is in the whole world known, and every country, every part does it different way, but the basic technique of the voice is the same. So we speak about yodel when we use this genau, das Wort jetzt, the break, the vocal break. So when the larynx jumps here. So this yo, when you hear that in the music, in the singing, then you can say it's yodel. Even if it's country music or Hawaiian style or Nordic yoik or Kimanchuli from Georgia, it's all, when you hear that, you can say it's yodel. So this is the main word, the yodel. And then in Switzerland, I'm specialized in the nature yodel. There are different parts in Switzerland. You know, there's the east part with Appenzell, Toggenburg, and the central part with Schwyz, Murtital, and then we have the west part of Switzerland. So, and there are really totally different styles. If you start to study this, you really notice, wow, they are really very different in the mentality, in the language, and also in yodeling. So this is very interesting. And we know in Switzerland, I say we have three kind of main groups of yodelers. So the biggest one is really the traditional way. So the traditional yodeler, they wear these costumes, and they are really very strict in the rules of how yodel has to be in Switzerland and how you wear this costume. And it's very nice when you see them. It's really beautiful to see the people when they wear the costumes. It gives a feeling of home. And they are very all over the Switzerland. So you cannot say they are in one region more of the others. So they are really all over Switzerland, and they are organized in a yodel association. And in this association, they have these parties, these yodel parties, where you can go on stage and you do your yodel, and they give you notes for this. So this is always a very big challenge to do that. So for the choirs and the solos, and they give you really notes for very good, good, okay, or stop it. So this is really I did it once just to know how, feel how it feels to be in this, and for me it was really a big pressure. And I felt a big pressure in it. But it was also beautiful, the solidarity, and to meet people, other yodelers. So it's both. It's a big wow to be shown, to be seen, to go through this, and the other part is big party on one place. So this is really interesting. So this is the main thing. And I think a lot of people have this picture because also in television, yeah, that's all over. But we have also another group of yodelers. And this is called nature yodelers. They are sometimes also at this Yodel Fest, but they have a special role because they don't fit into these yodel rules. They make their own style. So every region has its own syllables, its own style. So they like to be independent also. They are really, mostly they are the regions in the mountains. They really were able to keep their own style. And it comes from the 40s. Because in the 40s, the Yodel Association was founded, and to give the Swiss an identity. And because in Switzerland there were a lot of Tyrol and Austrian yodelers or visitors, and people started to mix up everything. So they wanted to stop that and to give certain rules and say, okay, this is the definition of Swiss yodel, and this is how it goes. But they forgot the nature yodelers, or they didn't want to join them. I don't know how it went, but they were not in this association. And so there were these rules and people fighting against these rules and or falling out. And so it was a little bit a mess. And today it's really better. So they start to communicate and accept and find out, there are really different parts. And so the nature yodelers, they are really the mountain people mostly. They do this nature yodel style. The one difference is also the nature yodel style is without words. No, there's no song before. So what we did before was a yodel song, a yodellied. And this is very typical for the association yodel style. So we have a Volkslied, a folk song, and then a yodel part. But this is not very old. It's founded in the 40s. So people who made compositions, they did that. They combined folks music with yodel. But the very old style is really the nature yodel style, because this is much older. And you will hear, I will give some example with Mirjam, how it sounds, and you will really hear it's really different. Yes, and then we have a third group, and the third group is the people, the improvised yodel or the wild yodelers, or people, they do artwork. So Erika Stucki is one big name, or Christine Lauterburg, Sonja Morgenegg. So people, they have also another range of music in their backpack and mix up the yodel with world music or jazz. So there are many in Switzerland, they do that. And it's just a known style. So, and for me, it's important that we know just what we have to offer. So in my school, I offer like a buffet. There's a traditional, you can learn nature, you can learn improvise with yodel. This is very much fun. This is my special thing. I really love to improvise with yodel voice. So it's in every surrounding is different, because when I stand on a mountain, it's totally a different yodel if I stand in a room or somewhere with animals. So this is really fun to do, to learn. And I think it's the very beginning of yodeling, because yodeling is a work song. So people started to sing while working, then the work is not so hard anymore. So and they yodel also with the cows, or to call the cows, or to milk the cows, or to call the neighbors from the other mountain. So there are different theories how yodel was founded, but I think it's a mix of everything. Oh, they say the mountains give the yodel style. So in Appenzell, the mountains are like more hügelig, so not so high. And in the central Switzerland, the mountains are really high, so the style is different. Yeah, this is are these different hypotheses to how yodel was founded. I think yodel goes all over the world because it's a nature style. It's the nature voice, and every folk every people who lives really near the nature, they start to sing like this because it's very close to nature. I feel very good when I when I stand on a mountain or high up, when I have a big view and can yodel. So last week I was with friends in Appenzell, and we were the whole week outside, and we were yodeling and doing other workshops together, and it was so much fun just to be outside with yodel. So this is also something for outside. Yeah, so this is a little bit theory. Now I will give you some example, or we will give you some example, huh? I hope the sound is okay. If not, Stephanie, you tell me if it's too loud or so.
Yep,
Yeah,
I will tell you.
Thanks. So we go to the east part. So the part we will learn today from there a yodel in Appenzell. So Appenzell is unterm Sentis, for those who know where Appenzell is, and they are really it's a very special kind of people. The people say they are not so big. Today I know also people, they are big, come from Canton Appenzell, but there are a lot of small people there, that's true. And they're very funny. Yeah. So we have there, the style is, they have their own syllables, and they really were the most strictest, the most erfolgreich, successful, thank you. Yeah, the most successful to keep their style. So this is really, we are talking about nature yodel now. So they really kept their own style because their head is very hard. So thanks to that, they really kept their style until today. So, and they are really now respected very much, and it's so beautiful. They have also this Silvesterklause around the end of the year. They go with this costume, very beautiful, or the ugly ones, depends on the weather, and they go from house to house and yodel there the whole day. This is really magic. They really live this old tradition very deep, and I went there 3-4 times the whole day, from the morning early until in the evening, and it's like you get into a trance after a while, because you hear this glocke bells, and it's really incredible. So we go there now. Appenzell, huh? Yololo. Okay. Yololo, 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 ya, yololo, 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 ya, yololo, 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 ya. This is one example. Thank you. Or it could also sound like this. Ich mache das schnell allein. So this very special with this holy o, or sometimes they go very high. So like and even the men sing in this level, if they can. And very typical for this region is they are really the specialists for sweet yodeling. So they really like to have this vibrato. So when the voice makes this vibrato, and they really care for a good sound. So this is important for the Appenzell. And we have this name. So when you say nature yodel from Appenzell, you can call it Zäuerle oder Ruckuserle. This is from Ausserrhoden and Innerrhoden, for those who know the difference. So it's very small, but they make a big difference between Innerrhoden, Ruckuserli, and Zäuerle. So these are the different names now, I tell you, from this nature yodel styles. So when you say mach es Zäuerli, this is Appenzell, always. Then we go behind the mountains from my view, we go into the Toggenburg. So this is Wildhaus, Wattwil, Ebnat-Kappel. So and there, in Toggenburg, they call the nature yodel Jole. This is a funny word. For me, it means Jole like, hey, ho, ho, ho! So this the shouting or the big call, the calling. So they call it Jolen, and it's the difference between Toggenburg and Appenzell is very small, because their villages little, they live 1 mile from each other, so not very far, but they make the difference. If you live there, you know it. But I'm not living there, so I just guess sometimes. But the main difference is really the Toggenburg, they are the straight yodelers. So they don't like the vibrato. They say it's like the sheep or the what's mal? Nein, nicht Geissen, the goats. It sounds like goats. So the Toggenburg, they end up and say they're a little bit like this. Or sometimes they collaborate, but sometimes they are necken sich. Genau, neckisch. Yeah. So they don't like the vibrator, and also the men voices, they go very high. It's incredible. So we show one. It's called the Zwizzler. It's a newer composition. Nein, das steht da andere. Ah, genau. Now I know it. I have so many yodel melodies in my head. Sometimes they mix up. So the Zwizzler goes so. The first part of the Zwizzler, it's called. Yeah. So
Very
now we
good
go.
job. Can I just quickly say, I think the levels on the microphone are a little bit high.
Okay.
So beschloten een beetje.
Yeah.
Maybe try. Yeah, perfect. But thank you very much.
Thank you. This is
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a very high yodel, so then the level goes up to Decke. Genau. Now we go to the central part of Switzerland. We start in Schwyz, written with Y. So there's a town called Schwyz, and behind Schwyz there is a narrow valley called the Murtital. And the Murtital is even more extreme than Appenzell, because this is very narrow valley, and people were a long time, they didn't go out so much from there because they were very poor. So were farmers. And also a friend of mine who grew up there, I give with him workshops, he told me his life story. They really grew up in a very poor surrounding, in the mountains, on a little farm with a lot of children. So that's maybe the reason that they really were able to keep their tradition alive, the really very old style, because he learned it from his mother and father, the style, and so they give it, they learned it by ear, so they don't write notes. This is also one difference between the traditional yodel scene in the association. They have notes, written compositions mostly, and the nature yodel they don't like. They don't need notes. They learn by ear, and that's also a thing that I really like very much, because we are so trained to have notes, and if I don't have notes, I'm not sure. And to give away all these papers and just start listening is so important in our world, to come back to the listening, really listening. And this is a good training if you learn nature yodel. So we go at the Murtital, and we call the Murtital the nature yodel Jutze, with 2 U's. Jutze, they say it. Genau. And there we have also another specialty. They use in the nature yodel scale. Nature yodel scale is very strange for our ear. Maybe when you listen to Alphorn, you hear, they have some tones they go out of our listening range. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is the specialty of Murtitaler youths. And first, when you listen to it, the extremely one, they really sound very, very schräg. Very schräg. Yeah. We make one, then you can hear the difference. Okay. Bist du bereit? Ja. Der Klebdachjut. I always have to smile to do this, but it's so much fun. Thank you very much. It's so much fun because it really goes very wild sometimes. And I think this is the fun part, just to go for it and not care about nice voice and nice behavior. Just go for it. And then it really is very authentic. But in nature yodel, it's like this. Every person is different, and so every nature yodel sounds different from each to other. This is also very sympathetic for me. Sympathetic. Because you can bring in your own style. You don't have to fit in a little box. You can really bring your character into the yodel. We have also in the central Switzerland, we have Canton Obwalden, Nidwalden, Luzern. They call it Juize, because they have in their dialect this ui, ufi, abi, and they say Juize. This yodel style is very, they go a lot in the high voice. Maybe it's because the mountains are higher. I don't know. So they use the really the high voice very much, and the yodel are quicker and more happy. The Appenzell, they have a lot of melancholic yodels, Säuerli. But in central Switzerland, the yodel style is more lüpfig. We call lüpfig. Yeah. Yodeli.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, 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 lo, yo, yo, lo, lo, yo, 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 lo, lo, yo, yo, lo, lo, yo, 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 lo, lo, yo, yo, lo, lo, yo, 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 lo, lo. This is just one example. Sometimes they are so much more higher, but yeah, there are so many yodels to learn. If you once start, it's getting really an addiction. I want to learn more. But it's when you meet other people who yodel, it's so fun when you know the same melodies and then you can join. And yeah, even you don't know the melody, you always can join by Gradheben. This is especially in Appenzell. They call it also Säuerle und Gradheben. This is called when there's one yodeler, he goes with the yodel, the second one follows, and the rest of the people, they do the choir. So they just sing one note which fits. And this is also a part of improvisation because you have to start to listen which note could fit, and then you can stand there and make yo, yeah. This was the bass, or you make some voice in the middle. These harmonies you can also learn by heart, so you can join them wherever you meet someone who yodels. You stand there and can do the Gradheben if you don't know the melody. This is also very much fun to learn and very easy, easier than you expect maybe. We go further to the region Bern, and there the yodel is called Jutzen. So I do for the whole region. So we also take the Thunersee, because there's also a region between Bern and Lucerne and Entlebuch. There are also differences, but this nature yodel style, I must be honest, I don't know them so much. They're too far from me. But there are also other differences where you can go in and dive in and study it. So I just take Bern. The Bern yodel style is more slow. Maybe it's not a surprise. They have this roof. So the Bern yodel style, for me, it seems it's more slow, and they go the traditional, more in this, okay, it has to be like this, and they do it like this. So in Bern, there are a lot of choirs and groups. They are in the association, and also in the west part of Switzerland, or in valleys, or in Graubünden. Every region, I don't tell now, there are a lot of choirs, and they do the traditional way, and with costume and association. Yeah. Or there are some free yodel choirs. They are not in the association, but they celebrate also this style. But they don't want to make these competitions. Yeah, maybe this is the reason. Yes. Bern. Yeah, we have a Bern yodel. Oberländer. Ist gut. Ja. And in the west part, we know also the rang de vache. Lioba, lioba, lioba. It's also a calling the cows, but this melody is very, very famous, and I'm sure there are more of this beautiful melodies also there. Yeah. But now we go to the practical part. Are you ready? Yes. It's just something to today. It's just to try out, and the best thing, it's Zoom calls. I did it last year with Montreal. The best thing is really you are muted, and only all your neighbors maybe hear you. I don't hear you, but I see you. And this is also a difference. When I can see you, I see you have fun, or you look like this, or whoa, then I can a little bit react on this and ask me question after this. That's really possible. Yeah, I have to look at my... I think I start how I always start with groups. Even if you're not in my room, we stand up and shake a little bit our body and go into the movement first, just to warm up. If you have the possibility, and let's go with a little. Yes, so cool. Because we sing with our voice, and our voice is in our body. And if we don't take our body with us, it's very sad, because our body can give us a big support in yodeling. You will see. Okay, then first we do a little bit shaking, and shaking the legs, that we have the connection to our feet, to the ground. This is what every yodel singer does. Even the choir singers with the costumes, they stand like this, like rocks. But when they warm up, they do also shaking and movements. So this is really important to do it, huh? Yes. So, and now we prepare the body for yodeling, and the best way is to call. You can imagine a cow or something else. Just you wanna make sure that this cow hears you. And she stands about 10 meters in front of you, huh? This cow, or a camel, or whatever. Yeah. So you don't call like, hey, the cow doesn't respect you. So you really have to be true and loud. So try out that, hey, 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 ho, 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 ha, 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 yoo, woo, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, and this youth does yoo-hoo. By the way, this is your personal yodel. Because youth is also expression for this. That's Yahoo! And every human being has his own personal yodel. Not we are different people. We have different voices, different bodies, and I didn't hear the same yodel from everyone. So everyone has really his individual yodel style, and this is your. And if you celebrate this, when you stand in a room where the acoustic is very good, in a bathroom, for example, or in a church, or on the mountain, this is the most part fun. When you just make Yahoo! Then you can really feel, huh? Okay. If you do that, if you call like this, you feel your body. Can you show me where you feel your body the most when you make Yahoo? Yes, yes. Here, I see. Okay. Yeah. I don't see everyone, but I see some of you. Yeah, but mostly of you say it's here. Yeah, that's true. Here's the diaphragm. And this is the main muscle that we have to activate for calling. You even do it automatic because during you laugh or you call someone. Like, hey, ho! You can hold you here or here. Hey, ho! Woo! Hey, woo! If it moves here, it's good. If you don't move here, then you are more here. If you feel it here, of course, you feel also some activation here. But this is the voice. Here sits the voice, and here is the body support. We know that support. Hey! In my body, it goes really like this. Hey! Ho! Hey! Ho! Hey! It can also go like this. Hey! Ho! Hey! Ho! The Bauchnabel goes in. But choose this one which comes automatic. This is the right one. We can also make the dog test. So try to bellen. What is bellen? Like a dog, to do like a dog. Woof, like a big dog. Woof, 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 hey, ho, woof, woof, woof. Yes, yeah, I see. Oh, that's nice. Woof, 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 woof. Yeah, woof, 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 woof. And there you can also feel, the body is working with you. And this is the perfect movement. Your body does it automatically right. You don't have to think about that. If you do the big dog, woof, 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 woof. We are in the middle of yodeling now. We are in the low voice part. It's also called the chest voice. And the chest voice is this typical yodel voice. I will tell about it later. So we have two voices, two colors of voices in the yodel style. So we have this low voice with the woof woof, and then we have the little dog woof woof. So we try this woof 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 woof. Chihuahua or such a small dog. Now you are in the head voice, and this is the upper part of the voice. So when we change in between these two voice colors, yo, 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 then it's yodel. But when we do it with the dogs, it's even easier because it's playful. And when you learning while playing is more effective than ever and everything else, you know. So first a little bit Bella. Woof 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 woof. Jump in between and feel the body. Yes, nice. This is one exercise you can do to start, and the next one is we go now into the Swiss yodel style, and this is now I show you the traditional way because this is the easiest ever. We have just the syllables yolololo. Ich zeige mal das da schnell. This is this yolololo. This is the chest voice. Yolololo. And at this point I would really love to hear you, but because some people make when I ask for this, they make yolololo. When you're in a little room, that's totally okay. Yolololo, but it's not yodel. Yolololo. Oh. It comes from the call. Think about the cow.
The shout.
The shout, yeah. Yolololo. And if you make this with your hands, this is very interesting. The body even helps you more. You put your hands for your mouth, and then like you will shout, and now the cow is 100 meters away. And then you have really to take your hands. Yolololo, 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 yolololo. Hey ho 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 ho. Hey hey ho 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 ho. Yes. So this is the chest voice, and now we have also the high voice. This is this one. We take yolololo. So for the yacht and then yululululu, this is the syllables for Yeah. Yo-lo-lo-lo-lo, 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 yo. And now, the main thing of yodel, here is it. We have, if we change, we make the yodel break, the typical yodel break. We don't use the L, we just make yo, 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 yo. If we take the L, yolo, yolo, then there's no break. It's not yodeling. Huh? So very important. The syllables are really important. That we, when you start to yodel, you learn them first exactly to get the feeling for yodeling of these two voices. Yeah. Just that you know. Yeah. So now we go to learn. I see the time is it's very late. I thought I didn't speak so much, but it's poof. But I think we have time. We will learn a short melody. Maybe now if you have a device to record it somehow, you can do it. We will yodel it one time and then you can record it with a smartphone or somehow. This session is also recorded, so I think we can look at it later. Yeah, Stephanie says yes. So that because if you learn a new yodel, you really have to listen to it at least 2 weeks every day, and then the melody starts to get into your heart. In the head, it's very quick in the head, but it has to go into your heart and into your stomach, into your roots. So, and then really listen to it a lot, and after a while, your brain learns it automatic. Yeah. So this is called Peter nimm noch eins. It's a nature yodel from Appenzell. It's very short, and it's called Peter nimm noch eins. One more drink, Peter, please. So, yeah, I don't have to explain that. Okay, a lot of nature yodel, they don't have names because they are oral tradition. They forgot the names, so sometimes they give their new names, or they say it's Peter's yodel or it's Tony's yodel. So they give names afterwards. So there are a lot of similar melodies around with different names. It's a big mess, but it's fun just to learn some and to have a little bit of an overview. We have a museum for yodels. That's very new, and there is a big collection. There you can really see the same melody and 3 different names. This is normal. Okay, Peter nimm noch eins, huh? Yo. Recording now, huh? Yo bo hari yo Allah, yo bo hari yo Allah, yo bo hari yo Allah, yo piu Allah ho. Yobo, hari yo Allah. Yobo, hari yo Allah. Yobo, hari yo Allah. Yobo, piu Allah ho. Yobo, piu hari yo Allah. Yobo, piu hari yo Allah. Yobo, piu hari yo Allah. Yobo, piu Allah ho. Thank you. This yodel can also be very slow, much slower than I did it. I always say I'm not living in the mountains. I can drive faster with my bicycle, so I yodel faster. So no, sometimes we hear the same yodel in yo bo bo hari yo Allah in this tempo. Whatever you like. Then the vibrato gets very more much more eager, and the ambience is much more up and cell. So yeah, I like it too. So we learn it now. We have the lyrics. Yobo hobo holio Allah. I write it in the chat. Yobo hobo Holy O Allah. This is the first. Oh, I did a direct Nachricht. Das ist nicht richtig, hä? Was mache ich denn jetzt da? Wie mache ich das? Maybe, ja, da, oder? Hä? Aber ist eine Direktnachricht. Maybe Stephanie, you. Danke. I don't know how to manage it. This is the lyrics. Yobo hobo holy O Allah. And then the melody jumps from one note and back. Yo bo ho bo holy yo Allah. We do that 3 or 4 times, huh? Yo bo ho bo holy yo Allah. No, einmal. Yo bo bo hari yo Allah. Male voices, if you can, go up to the same level than women. If it's too hard, don't make pressure on your voice, then go down. Just choose your voice. The yodel is in the same level. Men or women voices is the same level. So for men it's very high. And for women, it's the easy zone to sing and yodel. It's the same. But for learning, it's really important for everyone. Don't give too much pressure on your voice. Take care of your voice. And if you really want to learn it, look for a good teacher who gives you a good technique. Because you can really crash your voice if you do this for years with a lot of pressure. And even if it sounds like it sounds very loud and rough, for me it's very easy. I could do that for hours, and this is the sign that the technique is right. So I'm a technique singer. For me it's important. There are other yodelers, they say you can yodel or you cannot yodel. It's in your bones or not, and that's not my opinion. My opinion is everyone can learn it, and it's not only for Swiss people, it's for everyone. I'm in contact with Koreans yodelers. It's very fun. They have so much fun to learn it, and why not? Why shall we make these borders? So just take care of your voice, huh? We repeat. Yo bo bo hari yo Allah. And now you take the same lyrics, but there is another melody. Yo bo bo yo bo bo hari yo Allah. Allah. Yes, we do both together from the beginning. Yo bo bo hari yo Allah. Yo bo bo hari yo Allah. Yo bo bo hari yo Allah. We repeat this 2 times, and then the very ending is different. But don't go further, we repeat this, 2 times. Yobo on. Yobo hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. And now listen. Yobo, yo, pew, Allah, ho. This is the final thing. Yobo, yo, pew, Allah, ho. Yobo, yo, pew, Allah, ho. Huh? This is a little jump. It's very funny, and the whole part is in the low voice, in the chest voice. There's no jumping, because for beginning it's really easy. The best just to go with easy melodies and start slow, and then step by step go further and go to the complicated ones. So this yodel is ideal, very good to begin. One more time. Yeah, I think it's good to repeat, huh? Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, yo, pew, Allah, ho. Very good. I see you're yodeling with me. That's cool. I'm excited. Again, and then we go further and you will listen to the second part, huh? The nature yodel, a lot of times we have the A part. This is the A part we learned now. And then you go to a B part. And that's it. Fini. Some yodels, they have 4 parts, but the most of the nature yodel, they have 2 parts and finish there. So this is nice. Nice short yodels. Okay. Ready? Okay. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, yo, you, Allah, ho. Repetition. Yobo, yobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, hobo, holi, yo, Allah. Yobo, yo, you, Allah, ho. Very nice. The B part. It's very similar to the final part we did, and also similar to the first part. Yobo, yo, pew, holi, yo, Allah. So you hear the melody is very similar to the A part, but you have these little jumps. It's like ornament. It's like a variation of the first part. Yobo, yo, pew, holi, yo, Allah. This. Yobo, yo, pew, holi, yo, Allah. 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 Yobo, yo, pew, Allah. I just thought about, it's too quick. Yeah. Even I observe a lot of times when someone started to yodel, even when I started to yodel Murtital, I really was standing before a big mountain and like, whoa, what? Oh, sorry. whoa, what's going on? I never will learn this. But you know, when you go on tour on a mountain, how you reach the top, step by step. You will reach it if you go step by step and enjoy the path. The path. Enjoy the path. This is the most important. And have fun with it. Play around and just enjoy also the view during walking step by step. And then you forget where you want to go, and then you arrive at the top. Ah, yes, I'm there. Yeah, so it's a fun way. Again, I do little parts for the second part.
Someone asking, I think I'm glad.
The fun. Yes, I will try to send it. I don't know why it's direct. Yeah, yo boy, yo. Pew, Ali, Allah. This is das. Yo, ba, yo, pew, Ali, Allah. Yeah, it's always the same.
For us, yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Yo, ba, yo, pew. This part. Yo, ba, yo, pew. This is the first from the B part, huh? Yo bo yo up you. Yo bo yo up you. Holy. I don't wrote holy because don't use the H too much. It takes out the power of the voice. But sometimes we hear this holy, 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 but don't do holy. So holy. Holy, a little bit of H, but not too much. Yo bo yo pew holy. Yo bo yo pew holy. Oh Allah, the Allah, eh? Nothing to do with Allah, but it's a nice syllable to go low. With a very down with the voice, Allah. You can open your mouth, and it goes deeper. It's easier. That's why we take the the A there. Yo, we do the first phrase from the B part. Yo bo yo pew holy Allah. And then comes the other one. Yo ba yo pew. Only this. Yo ba yo pew. And it goes back. Holy Allah. Holy Allah. It goes between these two parts, huh? Yo ba yo pew holy Allah. Yo ba yo pew holy Allah. Yo ba yo pew holy Allah. Yo ba yo pew Allah. And this is the ending, huh? Yo ba yo pew Allah. Again. Yo ba yo pew Allah. Very nice. And the long tone at the ending is very important in Appenzell. Allahu. They keep it as long as they can. Yes. So we have now Vater geschlagen, a little bit the yodel. I know it's really short time to learn a yodel. Normally I have 1.5 hours to learn one yodel, really to learn it by heart with 2 voices. So normally we have a second voice and maybe a Gradheber, a choir. So this is also very much fun. But this I will do when I come. Then I teach that. Yes. Here the second voice. Yeah, the second voice. Yeah, very quick because the time runs. The second voice is based on 2 notes. It's very easy because you just can focus on these 2 notes and at least keep them. So the notes are yobo, yobo, yolo. Maybe you can hold also only these 2 notes that they hear. It's a Gradhebstimme. It's one of these voices to accompany the yodel, but you can make out of it a second yodel voice. This is the fun part. It's also a little bit improvisation because they can be different. Okay, wir got from the beginning, huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Ja.
These 2 notes, yeah. Then they hear the second time you do the second voice. So you hear the connection. B part. And you heard Mirjam had only 2 notes to sing, but she had to hold it against sometimes it's really hard because you want to go another way and then you keep, and that's why it's called Gradhebe, because sometimes you really have to stand there like a rock and with your tone. And then she used my syllables, yo, bo, bo, yo, Allah, and that's the whole magic of the second voice in this yodel now. There are others, they are more complicated, but this one is very easy. So one last time. We can add a little fun part that we jump. So when we do this whoop, but then we have to stand up, huh? It's always fun to do that in Zoom calls because you can see the whole people like jump, and it gives a little bit movement. Okay, ready? We do. Huh? Zweistimmig. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so final version. I will jump. You will see. Huh? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yo, bo, holy, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, holy, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, holy, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, you, Allah. Oh. Repetition. Yo, bo, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, you, Allah. Oh. Yo, bo, you, holy, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, you, holy, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, you, holy, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, you, Allah. Oh. Yo, bo, you, holy, yo, Allah. Yo, bo, più olio alla, io voglio più olio alla, io voglio più alla home. Yeah! Wow, great! This looks so nice when you jump with us. Don't do this at a yodel competition, never ever. You will get the worst note. But it's so much fun to play with all this. Yodel is happiness. Yeah, so I'm at the end of this little workshop. I hope you liked it. And now it's the time to ask questions. I just want to say, if you want to learn Yodel with me, it's online, it's possible. I have a video workshop with the basic where I did some videos. I recorded it during the lockdown last year. And there you can really learn step by step the basic of Swiss Yodel with the buffet, like I told it, and go through during 3 months and doing a study in your own tempo, and you get MP3s and notes a little bit and a script and a lot of material to learn Yodel. And there is also, if you already are a yodeler or did this basic workshop, you can also join my Zoom class. It will start at 26th August. I have a Zoom class at it's at 7 in the evening. So for you, it's at 9 in the morning or at 1 lunchtime. So if you want to join a Zoom class or try it out with other Swiss yodelers for living in Hawaii, in Switzerland, it's really a nice group. It's a small group, and there you can ask questions, and we learn every time a new yodel during 1 hour and a little bit more. So if you're interested in that, just contact me, contact Stephanie. She has all my contacts. Yes. Yeah. Questions?
Yeah, we're ready for questions. So anybody who has a question, you can write them in the chat, or as I explained, just raise your hand so we see whoever wants to ask something. Use this opportunity to ask Sonja Morgenegg. You can even ask her to sing some more, I guess. From Sarah, do you have some particular yodels that you recommend us that we can listen to? Sarah wants to.
I have a YouTube channel. So if you write Sonja Morgenegg on YouTube, I have some tutorials. There I explain also my Yodel video workshop. There I give you some information, what I did today for you. But there are also other Yodel where I yodel the different voices in little windows, so you can really hear how it is built up. This is one opportunity to learn more from my style. I have also own compositions there. But just there's so many. Wow, it's such a big world. And if you want to learn Swiss Yodel, then look for Appenzell, then give in the region and Yodel, and write Yodel mit J. Then you find more the Swiss. If you write Yodel with Y, then you find more the Korean ones or the international. Yeah, just surf through. And there are so many in Appenzell, Toggenburg. There are so many choirs now online. Nature Yodel is a word you can use. Naturjodel. Yeah, Zäuerle, Gradhebe. I think there's just too many that I can recommend one. So, yeah.
Thank you, Sonja. And there's another question. Catherine would like to know if there's also yodeling in French.
Yeah, they're in Fribourg. They have this Rang de Vache. They have some yodel tradition. But most of them are in this association and they do this yodel songs. I'm sure there are also French yodel songs, but I'm not living in this part, so I don't know this so much. I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe next time I will know more about this part. Yeah, and the nature yodel is international, it's without language. So you can also do nature yodel as French speaking woman. Yeah.
And then I see that Andrew and Katie have their hand up. So yeah, please speak up, ask your question.
How old were you when you started to yodel?
Oh, good question. I grew up on a farm and since I know that I have a voice, I was singing to the animals and then I was listening to these yodel sounds from the radio in the barn and I started to yodel. So I think I was about 5 or 6, maybe 4, that I started to try out and do the yodel. And then my sister, I did yodel with my sister. She had to do the other voice, so we yodeled together. We were about 10 or 12. Yeah, very early. And when I was 20, I took a yodel teacher to learn it the right way. And she was a traditional yodel singer, and she taught me the right way of yodeling. And I got so bored because it was so small word, and I said, no, there are so many rules. I want to do my own yodel, and then I quit this. Then I studied jazz and music, and then I started to improvise and to play with my voice like a child. And I remember, wow, I remember the other style, and I had my fun back with yodeling. Yeah. Is this good? Okay, thanks.
You have a thumbs up. And there's maybe a bit of a scientific question. I don't know if you can answer that. Is it true that cows really give more milk or better milk when they listen to yodel? Is it really true?
Well, I know cows react on music, but any kind of music, and I think like the water reacts on good vibes or bad vibes, I think also cows react on certain vibes. I met in Costa Rica a farmer and he told me the same thing about Costa Rica music. So if they listen to Costa Rica music or salsa, they get the vibes of more Mike. So maybe it's a myth. But I think when we are in a good mood, we are happy with there's more flow, so the cows give maybe more milk. I can imagine that. And when you stand on outside and you do a call, they really come. When you do music outside, the cows come. They really react on music. It's very funny.
Yeah.
So I think they like it. Especially the cows with the horns. They have more sensitivity, still the sensitivity to the music more. So I once sang with a group to cows without horns, and they even didn't look at us. This was very strange.
Okay, great.
Oh.
So, any more questions? Does anybody else have a question for Sonja?
Oh, can you sing one of the first yodels you learned as a child? I see there is this question. Vielen Dank, sehr interessant und einen guten Tag zum etwas Schweizerisches lernen. Milk, better milk, thank you for saying. Yeah, one of the first, whoa, long time ago. But we have this folk song, Ist mir alles ein Ding, maybe you know it. And you can also yodel it. And this is the first which came in my... I teach it also in my yodel class just to show if you have a melody by heart inside of you, like Ali Minientli or this melody, you really can yodel it very fast. because learning the melody by heart makes it so much easier to yodel it later. Siehst mir alles ein Ding, ob ich lach oder sing, han es Herzeli wie es Vögeli, darum lieben ich so ring. Han es Herzeli wie es Vögeli, darum lieben ich so ring. Jololo, uala, jololo, uala, jololo, uala, uala, jolala, jololo, uala, I think it's a nice lyrics. It's so happy and sweet. I think this is and one of my now I remember. I have one. Mein Schatz ist kein Zucker. I love this song in the school. We sang it in school. And like, mein Schatz ist kein Zucker, da bin ich so froh. Sonst hätten ihn gegessen, jetzt haben ihn noch. Ja la 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 la, tru la 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 la, tru la 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 la, ja la 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 la. There in school songs you find really the old syllables. Before the association was founded, there you find the old syllables like es pure Bübli Mani nerd, and then the jolly dooli 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 jolly dooli dooli. Dort denen am Bergli, dort denen am Bergli, dort steht der weisse Geiss. Ich ha sie wollen melken, da haut sie mir Eis. Jola duli, bist a Fuli, holly duli 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 duli, holla duli, bist a Fuli, holla duli duli duli, yo. And then 10,000 other Strophen. So these are the first yodel. Nice question. I didn't know that. Okay.
Okay, so well, wonderful. With this, we are exactly in time, you know, to
like Swiss people are, you know.
I mean, you can see we're all smiling. We cannot stop smiling. So that was really great way to celebrate August 1st. Thank you so much, Sonja.
Thank you.
And then I would also like to invite Consul General Andreas Rufer. He also would like to say a few words to us to end today's event. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Hello to everyone from coast to Switzerland. I think these three last songs were just really heartwarming, you know, to me. And thank you so much for bringing this Swiss tradition and this Swiss cultures to all our home here, far away from Switzerland. I think sometimes, you know, this 1st of August National Day is a day that we want to be together. The Swiss community wants to gather and enjoy the Swiss culture together. So I can actually not think of a better event than this Yodel event to do that, right? It has been beautiful, and here in Vancouver, where I am, we have now a little bit after 12. So I want to say it's a beautiful event to start this Swiss National Day. I will go on in the afternoon to celebrate with a few other Swiss here. But I really want to thank you, Sonja and Mirjam, for taking your time to share this art of yodeling with all of us here throughout Canada. I've learned actually a lot. I'm also from a small rural village in Emmental, and yodeling has always been around me, right? We haven't really sung and yodeled in my home, but it was always around, right? And but I must say I learned a lot. I've learned about the different styles of yodeling, the traditional, the improvised yodel, the different theories about how yodel was founded, and of course the varieties from region to region. And I was very glad that you also mentioned the Bernese yodel, the slow one. I can confirm. So also nice to hear that cows are giving more or better milk, maybe. When they hear song, it does make sense to me as well. Yeah, but with that, thank you so much for teaching us. It was fun, it was beautiful, and I think I speak for the whole community I've read also the chats. Everybody seemed to have enjoyed it a lot. We had also a few members of the Vancouver Swiss choir here who attended. I saw Andrea yodeling and singing. It was very nice to see a few familiar faces on here as well. Thank you also to the audience for participating. I mean, the Swiss Embassy in Ottawa and us here in Vancouver, we thought what would be a nice event during the pandemic, right, to bring us together. And I do think it was successful to have this Yodel event here. So thank you also to the audience. Last but not least, also thank you to Stephanie, who was doing the moderation, and Maximilian, who was in the background working in Ottawa at our embassy in Ottawa. Thank you for joining and for organizing. And I just also wanted to let you know for the Swiss, mainly in Western Canada, we do have an event newsletter if you're interested in joining our other events that are upcoming actually throughout the years. Quite many cultural events that we are providing to you. We are also on social media, quite active on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Please do sign up to the social media channels and to the event newsletters if you want to stay connected with us here. So with this, I wish you also in the name of Salome Meyer, the ambassador in Ottawa, a happy Swiss National Day. I know in Switzerland it's already evening, but hopefully you can still have some sausages and a bit of fireworks going on. I wish you a happy 1st of August National Day to all of you in Switzerland and also here in Canada. Thank you very much for joining. Bye-bye.